Alright, what up everybody? It's your boy Vin Vin from Algebra Vibes, and this is another video to show you how to use the calculator work and make it work for you. And this is going to be the equation solver that I'm going to show you how to use today for the TI-83 plus, the TI-84 plus, or the TI-84 plus CE, or even silver. You can go ahead and of course follow along with these steps here that I've highlighted on the screen in your TI-84. It'll get you there. I'm going to do it a secondary way that will also get you there, but we're also going to just be solving this 2x plus 6 is equal to 10. It's a very easy two-step equation, but it'll be even easier when you know how to plug it in the calculator. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit math, just like it tells us to do. We'll make sure our calculator's on. Hit math. We're going to go down to scroll to where it says solver. Now for me it's 0. For you it's probably the letter B. Either way, you're looking for either solver or you're looking for the numeric solver. You're going to go ahead and hit enter. It's going to bring you to the equation solver. 0 is equal to. Now this is very important. In classic mode, the numeric solver is used to solve equations in the form of 0 is equal to. So therefore, any equation that is entered in there would need to equal 0. So we have to do some manipulating of the equation before we can actually let it solve for us. So we're going to take the 2x plus 6 is equal to 10 and create that as 2x plus 6 minus 10 equal to 0 to get us to what we need to do. So we're going to go ahead and hit 2x plus 6 subtracted by or minus, however you want to say it, 10 equal to 0, and we're going to hit enter. Now, you are going to, as you see on the screen, I already did it, and you also are going to see it on your screen down here that the answer is already 2. However, to find the answer, you're going to go ahead and hit alpha, and then enter or solve, and it's going to give you exactly what I just had on the screen, which is x is equal to 2. That right there just solved the equation for you, and if you know how to plug in any other equation that is similar to this one or not just a little bit more complex, you will be able to get a great answer like this. I'm even going to show you how to work with decimals, then turn them into fractions to get answers at the end of this as well. So stick with me, and until next time, you already know the deal. You already know the vibes. Deuces. All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Vin from Algebra Vibes. This is part 2 of using your calculator to help you solve equations. So we're going to be using the y is equal to function for the equation solver, so to speak, and that's going to help us with this particular 3 examples that you see. Example 1, example 2, and example 3. I'm going to go ahead and press the y is equal to. As you can see, I have the other examples already in there. I'm going to follow along to put in the first example. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to type it in just like we see it. 10x plus 10 tells us that we're going to hit the second button and then math. It's going to bring us to this test and or logic section. We're going to go ahead and do the first selection, which is 1 dot dot is the equal sign. We're going to hit enter. It's going to give us an equal sign, and then according to our directions, it tells us to plug in the value of 30. We're going to go ahead and plug in the value of 30. And then if just like I have it, you're going to go ahead and plug in the next 2 equations. And from there, we're going to go ahead and follow along. Now you can see that each example has a solution down at the bottom. I'm going to show you how you get to it. We're going to go ahead and hit second graph. What that's going to do is it's going to give us a set of table values, y1, y2, and y3. What we're looking for to get an answer is when our y value is 1, we then look over to our x value for the solution to that equation. So as you can see, for the first equation, when our y value is 1, our x value is 2, meaning that our solution is in fact 2. We go over to our second equation and we go down. When our y value is 1, our actual x value or our solution to the problem is 5. We go up to 3, as you can see, and go over to the next list, y3, because you can't see only but 2 lists, so you have to move over to the next window. You see that when y is equal to 1, our x value is equal to 3, which means that our solution is in fact 3. So you were just able to solve 3 equations fairly quickly by plugging them into the calculator and finding out and reading the table of values. This is a very easy way for you to get extra points on an exam or an assessment, or just be able to do things fairly quickly and become proficient. Until next time, you already know the deal. You already know the vibes. All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Vin Vin from Algebra Vibes, and I'm going to do a tips and tricks video for you because the y is equal to and the equation solver doesn't always give you the answers that you're looking for. And if it does give you a weird looking answer, you might be able to utilize the calculator to create it into a fraction for you and get the final answer. So you still have to know if you have a variable equation that has multiple variables, you still have to know how to solve equations because the calculator is not necessarily going to know how to do that. So right now we're working with equations that have variables of one letter, regardless if they're on both sides or on one side. So right now we're working with the example 6 is equal to 2 minus 7y. And in this case, anytime you see a letter that is not x and it is just one variable, you're going to change that letter to x when it goes into the equation solver. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit math, and we're going to go down. And in this case, we're going to hit alpha b, which is going to bring us down to the equation solver, just like it said in our previous video. We're then going to do the manipulating. We need, like you said, the numeric solver has to be 0 is equal to all of the equation. So we're going to take our positive 6 value, subtract it, and move it to the other side of the equal sign. So we're going to be left with negative 6 on this side, plus 2, and then minus 7x. And that's the equation after we manipulated it. Now what we're going to do is hit enter, and you're going to come to this screen where it says x is equal to 0. We want to make sure that we're highlighted on x, and we're going to go over to alpha, which is the green button, and hit enter. From there, it's going to give us this really disgusting decimal. And what we're going to do is take that decimal value and we're going to convert it into a fraction, which will then help us get the final answer for this particular question. So we're going to go back to our screen. We're going to just hit second quit, or you can hit clear. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do what we saw on the screen before. So negative 0.57, and then 14285714. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to math, and we're going to select the 1 colon fraction option, which is going to go like this, and hit math, enter, enter, and it's going to give us the answer of negative 4/7, which is our final answer for a fraction. This is a great tool to use when you get a decimal that you're not too sure about. If it turns into a fraction, not only is it a rational number, but it's probably the way that the equation wants us to produce the solution. So this is a great way to use the calculator, and it can help you convert between decimals as well as between decimals and fractions to decimals, and I can show you that later on too. So you already know. We're going to go ahead and keep going. Say you get an example like this where you have like a 2.57 or something. Let's clear this. We're just going to plug that value that you see. 2.5714285714. Now, the decimal part of it you might be familiar with because we just found out that it is actually 4/7. But when you have a number in front of it, we know what we're going to wind up having is called a mixed number, where we have a whole number and then we have a fraction. So for us to do that, we're going to do the same thing and hit math, enter, enter. And that's going to turn this into a improper fraction, where we have a larger number on the top in our numerator and a smaller number in our denominator section. So for us to change that into what we need our final answer to be, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the alpha and then hit y is equal to, and it's going to pop up a box that says ND, UND, ND, to UND, and vice versa. We want to go down to number 3, and we want to hit enter. We want to hit enter twice, and we're going to get the answer of 2 4/7. That right there is our final answer. What we did was find an answer potentially in equation solver that does not look very nice, and instead of us giving the decimal form of the answer, we were able to convert it from a crappy decimal that we see into an improper fraction, and then from an improper fraction into a mixed number. So that should help you out very much. Until next time, you already know the deal. Deuces.